Why are longs immediately off the table here? So how do we open? We open high into all-time highs. So as I said, uncharted territory, we don't have anything to the left to target. There is nothing to target here. So that's the first thing. I don't want to trade. Same as yesterday. What did I tell you yesterday? Don't want to trade the daily high, right? The current daily high plus the all-time high, right? So never, I will never trade it. Never, literally. So that's the first thing. The second thing is, so this is yes, and Q should be here. Yes, should be here. So the first thing, the second thing is, if I'm not trading longs, I want to see if short opportunities will be shown to me. Can I get that narrative? Can I get that bias, right? So 930 on NQ didn't basically do shit. We had like this big candle up and then just nothing, right? Kind of chopping around. But at the same time, let me show you. So that's NQ. Let me show you ES. ES fucking dumped, right? ES dumped. And I was like, all right, so we are fucking moving lower. When we are here, so when you're looking at price, even if you want to go short, what is your target? The only target that you have is the London lows, basically. This is London low, right?
You wouldn't target yesterday's lows?
No, that's too fucking far away. So just think of it like that. So if we're all the way up here on the 930 open, is it high probable that the day, so is it likely that the day will expand all the way down here? Not that likely, right?
Okay.
That is just not likely. It is just not fucking, it's like me saying, oh, can we expand all the way down here? That is not fucking likely. In one day, that will not happen. So that is off the table. What's not off the table is maybe this low. So I was like, all right, we have two scenarios. I'm not looking for longs. That's immediately out of my picture. I'm not looking at it. Because we're just overextended. Does it make sense? We're at all-time highs, current daily highs. We don't have anything to target. On any asset, let me then clarify this. So if I'm coming into the day looks like this. We overextended so before the market opened, before 930, I'm immediately not bullish because we're at all-time highs, but I don't want to be that bearish because there's nothing here. Yeah.
So it swept those highs
into what? Into a fucking fair value gap. That's like the best entry you could get. Higher time frame. This candle opens into a fair value gap. This asset is the weakest. We are below so you can just look at the daily, right? It's the weakest. We are below
compared to what again? Sorry,
compared
YM?
to all of the other assets. All of the other assets are stronger, right?
Let's say it's a bullish SMT. You're trading the strongest asset or the weakest one?
It's a bullish SMT. So that means if it's a bullish, I want to trade the strongest asset. If I don't get that, if the strongest asset is too strong in the terms of like it's just displacing, not giving you an entry, I can trade the lagging asset.
Okay, and if it's a sell, then you want to trade the one that is the weakest.
Obviously, yeah.
Okay.
If I don't, once again, if I don't get it, if I don't get that, I'm trading the lagging asset. I don't give a fuck.
So we're pretty much having to wait for the new price phase, whether that be a retracement, whether that be a consolidation.
Yeah. And what do we get here? A fucking consolidation, right? So it's a new phase of price. It's a consolidation. So
how do you know when it goes from consolidation to reversal?
So that's a really good question. And I have an example from today. So we create this SMT, right? We dump down lower. I can show you again this SMT here. So I'm looking at NQ. It's not doing much, but it's holding this SMT, right?
Right.
ES fucking rips down lower. It rips down too hard, right? It's fucking too bearish, right? I'm not entering here. And it's simple. I'm not entering here. For example, this is a 3-minute gap. I'm not entering. Why am I not entering that? I'm not entering that because the same way we are overextended to the upside, right? And as you can see, just by the way, the target will get hit. We are fucking dumping, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's unfortunate. I just didn't get an entry. There is literally no clean entry here. Why am I not entering here? If this is my target, right?
It's not a good RR now.
No, it can be a good. So this, if we respected this, I'm just giving you a random example. It's a 4-7 hour trade, right?
Right.
But why is this not a good setup? Because
you can't put your stop loss that low yet.
Or you can just look at this. If this is your low, like this is your low that you're targeting, this is your high, right?
We went the daily range already. No, I'm just trying to guess at the same time.
No. So if this is your target, this is the high that you're trading away from. Remember that I said you need to trade away from something.
Right.
If this is your protected high confirmed by the SMT, and we are here, and this is a really, really good example that you can try to remember or rewatch or do whatever you want. Let me just find this shit because I didn't use it in a long time. If this is your range, we are in the lower half of the 50% of the range, right? Lower half, we are here at the 75% of the range, right? 0.75, right? Makes sense?
You want to trade when it's more towards the 0.25. That's when you would want to.
Yeah, I want to trade. So, for example, if here, for example, we tap this gap, displace lower, create an order block, I would have entered. Like I would have entered somewhere, right? Random. But that did not happen. We fucking ripped down. So here at the 75% point from the target, I'm not trading. Because I don't know. Why? So why am I not trading this? Because then I don't want to see a retracement this big.
Right.
Because then we are fucking moving really. And if I see it, what will happen? This. I saw that, right? I got it. I got the 5-minute tap, for example, of this gap, right? In the upper half of the range, right? The 50%. Makes sense?
So you could have took that trade.
Yeah, saying. I got it, but why I didn't want to take it is because what happened after I got it? Chop, right? You literally see what happens. It tapped it, but then it chopped, because if we're moving with speed, I don't want to see big retracements, and this is considered a big retracement. And then YM is just kind of also not doing much, right? What is the 4-hour? So once again, let's go over this again. What is the 4-hour profile telling you, right? What is the 4-hour doing?
On which one?
The 4-hour, any, you can look at any, right? I said, this is an expansion candle, right? This 4-hour candle is an expansion candle, right?
Right.
So this next one doesn't
to me, it looks like a retracement.
To me, it will probably be, I don't know yet, it will probably be an indecision candle, which means it will be somewhere around this. It can go lower, but it's not high probable. How can I determine? Exactly as I said, after this move down with speed, I want to see us continue, not have a big retracement, which we ended up having. I want to see us continue lower. Why am I looking at ES in this example? Because simply NQ is not doing with that. NQ is just dropping, right? So I want to see ES dump. It doesn't do that. It goes way back up into the range and then fucking chops around. And I'm like, bro, what am I doing here? What am I wasting my time? Fuck yeah. So am I not going to trade it? Yeah. Same story with YM, right? YM has that dump. I want to see it continue. If it's the strongest asset to the downside, I want to see it fucking continue down, right? And it's not doing that. It's giving me a big retracement, and then just immediately after you see that, you don't want to trade it. What's a good example?
But how would you have known that if you were trading it live? So that it was gonna chop.
If I want to see lower prices, right? And ES looks like the cleanest asset at that time. Like it's displacing with speed, right? Where NQ is not, and YM is kind of following, right? ES.
Right.
Simply, I don't want to see big retracements. And I get that. I get big retracements.
Even if it taps into the fair value gap, you don't care.
I don't care
because
about
it was
it.
too big of a retracement.
Yeah. It's
so
what
you
I
want the fair value gap to be, in essence, squeezed tighter. You wouldn't have wanted it to crash so fast. You wanted it to go down and create that gap, but just not as big of a gap. And you didn't. You wanted it to come back into
I just don't
that
want
gap quicker.
Yeah, I just don't want to see big after this move. Just look at this. After this move, right? This is a big move, right? After
But
this
how
move,
would it have tapped into that gap if it didn't get a retrace? You're saying you would have rather it tapped into that.
Anywhere else here, it could have tapped it, right? And if it tapped it here with this candle, taps it, this place is lower. I'm gonna give you an example of that. Look at this.
I see. I get what you're saying.
Look at this, right? This is RTY. We have that change here before 9:30, right? Up close candles, series of up close candles that should support price higher, but they don't because the higher time frame is telling you bearish. We close below it. This is a retracement into that and a fair value gap, right? So we are still going with speed, right? And what do we do? But after we create a gap, we retrace. This is a small retracement, right? This, tap into it. That's a small retracement, immediately dump down, right? Do you see a difference between this and then this?
I got it. Yeah.
You see a difference?
That makes sense.
We are respecting order flow on RTY, and here we are kind of fucking around.
It pretty much moved down too quick.
Exactly. And then after that quick move, I don't want to see it retrace back up, but because then it just means it will chop. That's how I determine.
If it does retrace and then consolidate, then you could look for, if it's still within 11 a.m., look for a potential entry back because it consolidated to a new price phase.
Yeah, I can. And I looked at it and I was like, well, let me see. Well, let me just hop on NQ or NQ here, for example, right? Once again, what am I looking for? How am I determining if it's a high probable setup or not? We get this. Look at this. Now we have this S&T, right?
Okay.
You remember S&T?
That? Yes.
Wait. This S&T.
YM.
So ES didn't take it, NQ did. And YM has a big retracement, right? YM has a big retracement. I get, look at this. This is how I determine if I want to enter or not. We 1030, right? 1030 high on ES 1030 is this high, right? We take it. 1030 is this high, right? We don't take it, right? So ES is showing me it's weaker, if it makes sense, right?
Right.
And so, but then I hop on the lower time frames and I see this big kind of chop. Like you can literally see it printing a fucking barcode. And I'm like, bro, what I want to see is what I showed you on RTY. Move immediately after the SMT. After the SMT, I want to see a big move. Not this. This is not a move that I'm willing to participate in. Why I trade 930? And most people, and I did this for the longest time ever. Oh, skip the 930. Wait 15 minutes before you enter after 930. So 945, right? In some cases, that is true. Like you gotta wait. But 930 can sometimes give you a fucking clean ass entry and then just deliver, right? A few minutes before 930. So that is a driver, right? 930 is a driver. That's my point. News are also a driver. Make sense?
Yeah, 100%.
You can write it down. News are also a driver. So how do I use it? I use it like this. And you can write it because basically nobody trades like this. That's how I confirm my bias with drivers. Today, we don't have any drivers. That's why this price action is kind of bad because there is no drivers except 930. When did we move, right? What time did we move? Just check it for yourself. Literally 930 started the move. We ended 950 almost. After that, this happened. right? So we did not even take the targets that I wanted to take, that I told you we can't take them out because we were all the way down here. We didn't take them.
Right. Okay.
What's the point of the high open, high, low, close is not literally where we open, but if we created the wick of this candle, for example, we already created the wick with SMT, right? This move up. And we opened high, right? Creating that wick. And on the lower time frames, for example, I confirm that wick, this wick. So that's this wick, right? I confirm that wick with a lower time frame change. A lower time frame change is here, right?
Why is that the lower time frame? Because it broke structure.
But you're still saying broke structure. Your break of structure will be here.
It's
and
a
what
change in the state of delivery.
Yeah, it's just on the actual body, not on the wick, right? Okay. So you confirm it after we close here. Then, for example, you can enter, put your stop there, put your take profit, I don't know, somewhere, right?
Right.
Make sense now?
Okay. Yeah.
So that's how you confirm open high, right? It opened high, created that swing, and you're trading away from swing highs and swing lows. You're telling us, I want to trade away from this swing high, lower. We create that change. That's how you confirm it. You enter, you take the profit, right?